And we're up again, saying leads up. He's your friend. All I gotta do is change the phrase slightly, you understand? Right? And that's very easy, those reviews. That's from Slim Shady. Dr. Dre probably being the singer there. Or rapper, if you want to call him that. And whatever he wants to call himself is fine by me. I mean, I don't argue, right? What kind of entertainer you want to be, right? I think you can do it all, actually. Right? Singing, rap, whatever, right? But good morning, sunshine. The earth says hello. So, it's another day in paradise, or the Garden of Good and Evil, if you will, right? The whole planet, by the way. Started out good, then went good and evil, and we're dealing with that for at least 10 days, maybe, which could be 10,000 years. Who knows? Now, that we establish some kind of framework, right? Okay, you don't get to cut the time in half just because you, again, think you know better than God, right? You don't get to extend the time, right? Just because you, again, think you know better than God, right? And whether that's, 3 times 3 plus 1, right? Which is 9, 10, right? Days to straighten your ass out during the tribulation period where we can do what we want to do, right? To each other, right or wrong, right or wrong. We're in this situation together. If you want to act like a terror when you're supposed to be elite, okay. That's up to you, right? And if you're a terror, don't think God can make you back into a elite again. That's okay, right? If you don't let yourself be good but evil, you can do that, right? And anyone who tells you different is lying to you, right? I don't care if it's the so-called self-proclaimed half-assed followers of Jesus Christ, right? Because of their half-assed believer, the Apostle Peter, right? Now, all your little bullshit, right? Sounds like kids I met when I was 16, right? Or in the high school, right? Or since third grade, anyway. The reason you pick on people is like Satan. You would prefer to do wrong rather than right, right? But to do wrong, right? You have to ignore your true conscience, right? And who can stop you if Satan taught us the knowledge of good and evil, right? Now, do you think it's butt sex alone that has to do with the knowledge of good and evil? Or how he did it to the male Adam versus the female Adam before they were made too, right? Their name was Adam, by the way, in chapter 5, right? Both of them. He called them both Adam. To put it in modern English for you, right? Right. That's all I mean, right? Mm-hmm. So you had Adam male from Adam female and Adam female from Adam male, right? You understand, right? Now the first Adamses, right, reproduced up to day 7, right? And everything was fine, right? But in day 7, the Maker who made through the Spirit of God rested. The king and queen went to sleep. Mm-hmm. To rest for up to 1,000 years, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? To see if the prince would listen to them, and the princess says, or not. We didn't listen. We didn't listen. As in all fairy tales, even Little Red Riding Hood was told not to do something, but did it anyway. And look, Little Red Riding Hoods, and hey there, Little Red Riding Hood. You sure were looking good. You're everything that a 51 Bandit Wolf could want. Ow! Now I'm giving you my age. I'm a 51-year-old wolf, baby. I want that thing you got down there. If the other wolves don't want it, yet. I do. As long as you're over the age of consent, right? So I keep telling you, ladies, you can consent with me even if you say no. I accept that answer. You can walk away, right? Because I'm not trying to fuck you. They are. The ones who tell you I'm trying to fuck you are the ones trying to fuck you. Before I can get to you. You don't get that, do you? I think you're fucking them, not me, not me. Because you can get to them first. They're trying to tell you I want to do something with you, right? Am I telling you that? No. Am I like, though I'm not trying to date someone? There's a difference. Do I even have a girlfriend? Or are you just responding to assholes who want to fuck you? And maybe you're not doing nothing because they know I wouldn't do nothing with you unless you want to really do something with me. I don't think you really want to. And I'm just waiting on the right woman who wants to be with me, right? There's a difference there, too. If you're not that woman, I'm not upset. You don't want to be with me, right? It don't bother me, right? I don't even know you, right? But if you take a chance, right, like the Asian girl maybe, right, you would fit my bill. Mm-hmm. But there again, I don't remember all the details. I just know I was with you an extra hour because I was going to see a movie, right, that started by a certain time, and I overshot the movie start time by almost 50 minutes to an hour. Either one. So I know I was there longer than I should have been. And even though I don't remember all the details, I know there's only one reason I wouldn't even care about the movie, and that's for you, baby. Though something did happen recently with a Comcast Xfinity technician, right? She might have got on the Shane train too. I don't know. I might have did something silly, but she liked what she saw too, right? But you both still have the option, right? Right. I'll let you leave. I talked to you before you left fully, like I said I would, right? And I'll see you again. He can't take me out this way. He's been trying since I was 16, right? He's the one who isn't following the right order. And there's two orders: the order of doing evil or the order of doing good only, right? Which is why you're good and evil sometimes, right? But which do you think you're really supposed to be? Only good, only good. Well, does good condemn or good forgive? Forgive. Why does it forgive? Because when you condemn yourself because you want to do the same thing, right? See, if you want sex with a man and I want sex with a woman, I can't condemn you because I want sex, period, right? But I don't condemn you, right? I forgive you so I can have sex with a woman too, which is what I really want. Even if what you really want is sex with a man. I don't judge you. See what I mean there too? But it is a catch-22. Everything you do for Satan is the opposite of what you were taught to do by God, right? Now in day 2, chapter 2, the man was married by the end of chapter 2 and naked and not ashamed in day 6, right? All this is going on in chapter 2 is still day 6, including naming all the animals on the planet, right? If you name all the animals on the planet, how long would that take? Right. Longer than a 24-hour Earth day, I know that. I know that. Well, God's trying to tell you something about time to him and versus Satan. See, one's trying to shorten his time, right? Because he knows he's doing wrong, right? He's trying to also punish you with himself by getting you to do the same evil he knows he's doing with you. And you both know why it's evil. It's the opposite of what you were taught to do originally. Right. Now, of course, he couldn't convince no one else to do it with him but Adam. But of course, Adam was a what? Unexperienced in that area man, right? Of the body. And like Eve, unlike Eve, he's not used to being penetrated with another thing, though he has the same thing himself, right? The sword of the Spirit. The flaming sword. The flaming sword, even. You don't get that either, do you? The knife, the sword, the dagger of death. Be like the women, like that, the women too now. I'm not going to name names. We know what's going on in modern society. Come on, get real. We're trying to make it at least another 4,000 years, is what I'm saying, right? And then, if it ends, there's something we can do about it, right? But who knows? Or at least two. Even if we want to cut it in half. But what's half a day anyway if it's 24 hours in the earth, right? 12. If you cut it in half, you don't think the earth, even though our day has been condensed to 24 hours, right? And it takes 360 days to equal a year to 64 and a quarter. Yeah. And that's based on the moon and the sun, and kind of using 30 as the object, right? One is 28 to 30, right? One is 364 and a quarter, right? Which basically rounds out to what? 30 30. Mm-hmm. Now, did you know, though, that the sun also takes perfectly 30 days to revolve on its own axis? Yes, yes. Now, are you to follow the king and the queen, though, or the prince and the princess who are sitting together because they're one body now? But he didn't start out that way themselves, did they? Only the queen came from the true king in the beginning to mate with him. Though they are also all three. But Satan sinned in the form with us in the form of the reproductive area, image of the maker. And one is the image of the maker, which is neither male nor female, as a spirit made flesh. And the other is what? Admitting he's human. Not ashamed to show he's human. And not God, but God in the flesh. God is in the celestial and terrestrial, and is the Father of all lights in heaven, right? It starts out the lights in heaven, then the angels or gaseous beings, and then us, and the terrestrial beings, or celestial in heaven, right? And we're in the terrestrial universe or Earth. But I would give Michelle from Chinatown, or Michelle from Orchid, or Michelle from Skinny Bean, or Michelle from my cousin's wife, who I don't even know that well, or Michelle Mabel. I mean, if my ex-girlfriend Mary Bell changed her name to Michelle, and changed her general appearance, right? To where I couldn't even recognize her. But still made love with me in the bathroom, right? But it's confusing me because I blacked out after we made love. Before I sat back down, I was healed, right? When leaving the bathroom where I was still in it for a few seconds. Right. Minutes, right? That's when he blacked me out before I sat down in the chair again. But of course, I still sat back down in the chair and don't remember the encounter in the bathroom, right? Very well. But why? No, he's interfering still between the time you left the bathroom to the time you slept at night. Right. That's when he blacked me out. But I still went and sat back down, but that's when the memory returned after he blacked me out, right? After going to the bathroom with you for 20 minutes or so, right? No. And that's not lying to you, honey. That's someone causing me amnesia after we were together, right? Again. But he's still trying to steal you from me, too. And thinks I'm stealing you from him, right? But of course, I call you both Michelle or Mary Bell. But he does that too. He does that too. And see, he's sabotaging my memory so I don't know what's going on, right? God knows and you know, and of course the women of the salon knows, but he don't want you to really know everything, right? Because you can't understand the faith I have in God, right? Which is okay. But I know if he's trying to shoot me between the bathroom back to the chair to sit back down, right? Which is the only place he can do it, right? In between me and you, right? If I, as the male, leave first and you, as the female, leave second, right? Getting dressed after me, right? And again, I go and sit back down, right? Maribel Michelle. I'm still telling them I was with you, right? But I'm still telling them someone's causing me amnesia I was with you. And you don't want to believe it. Well, how, if someone hits you from behind when you go in to sit back down, right? Whatever weapon they use, which could be a bat or a gun, right? You still have amnesia, honey. And he gonna admit it, right? Right. Oh, I'm hitting Shane upside the head with a bat or shooting him in the head, right? He's gonna act defensive, right? If he did, right? He's not gonna admit it because you don't have the faith to believe me. But I've been blacking out since 2006. 14, 15, right? Oh, wait a minute. 2000. Oh, wait a minute. 94. Wait a minute. When I was 16 in 1986. That's when it started. That could have been before I met you. But when I met you or not, see, then you were in the Philippines, right? Then, I don't know. Who knows what happened? I could have been with Vivian's daughter and met an Asian girl on the road. Who knows? Who knows? I've been with two instead of one. The redhead and the Asian. The redhead and the Asian. But it was more the Asian dad than the redhead's mom that had the problem with it, right? Maybe I told her up front. You don't lie. I don't lie. And she said, that's fine. I'll be with you too then, right? She knew. and still had sex with you. Fancy before. Mm-hmm. Though I don't remember her name either. Whether it was Vietnamese or American, right? I'm sure she was Vietnamese, right? Though even Native American women look like Vietnamese women, right? Even Korean women or Japanese women, or right? Filipino women, right? Are all similar in their features, slightly different, right? But when you're trying to find one, it can be anyone. It can be anyone. Dude. I'm open minded to you if you're open minded to me. Yeah. Okay.